Hello, Millstone. I'm here today with Nancy Owais, and I'm talking to her about her run for the Millstone Township Board of Education. So, how long have you lived in Millstone?
We moved here in 2016.
And you have kids in school here?
Yes, I have two daughters, and I like to casually say most of the time that Millstone school system is the only school system they've known. My older one is currently in fifth grade, and she entered the school here in kindergarten. And my smaller one is now in second grade, and I actually moved to town when I was pregnant with her. So, yeah.
That's great. What issues do you see as needing to be addressed?
So the major issue is really the main reason why I'm running is parental rights. I feel like it's an ongoing struggle. Not too long ago in February, when we were discussing the upcoming curriculum for the school year that we're currently in, we had to fight really hard for the school to have the sex education curriculum to be at home taught material and not be in our school system. And now that we do have that in place, we do have a new problem now came up, which is policy 5756, the transgender policy. And that also took another very heated meeting and many discussions for our school to abolish the policy. So I feel like it's an ongoing struggle with what the state want versus what the parents want. So my goal is to have a stronger board that we can stand up for the state and fight for our children's rights.
And as a potential elected official, you feel it's your obligation to answer to those who you represent.
Absolutely.
To the parents.
I would 100% be up for more transparency and have more access open to the public in regards of why certain policies, for example, would be abolished, but we cannot remove it completely, like what we were told in the last meeting. That part did not make sense to me as an average parent. And I would like to know that I can provide the information or the questions for any parent that can walk up to the board and be answered immediately, not be turned away, and not to have to email that one parent individually, because for most times, if one parent gets up and answers the question and asks a question, even if another parent did not have the same question, now that the question is raised, they might want to know the answer as well. I don't feel like it should be only sent back to the person that asked this question. More people need to have this answer as well.
If we do reduce the school budget, do you think that will affect the services that are available to our kids at all?
Well, right now we have a $43 million budget for the fact that we don't even have a high school. I know that we do pay Allentown for our students that attend there. I don't feel if we do have a reduced budget, it will dramatically change the services that being offered. I do think that we have a very large budget for a district that only has one primary school, one elementary school, one middle school. So although I would hate for the budget to be reduced, I feel like if we do our due diligence as a board to get quotes from every contractor that's going to do a job for us, etc., I think it's very doable even with a reduced budget.
What steps do you intend to take as a Board of Education member to ensure the best education for our kids?
So one of the things I would like to see happen, now every child that's basically in our school system, I want to say from second to eighth grade, is a COVID child. And while we do live in a state where we have a lot of statewide assessments, I don't believe children grow at the same pace. And COVID has put a major setback on so many children. For example, my fifth grade child, COVID happened halfway through her first grade. The year that you're supposed to learn all the fundamentals of math, be an independent reader. And while we are playing catch up to this point between home and school, I would like to look at every grade individually, because every child was affected at a different step in their education. And reading and math especially are very buildable subjects. And I do feel like these children are either very well advanced or very behind. So maybe per grade level, if we can see a custom-made learning system where we have more workshops for a certain grade, not based on the national average of an assessment, based on the feedback from teachers, from parents that are involved in their children's education, and see if we can add more workshops to a certain grade that we feel like it is very behind. Also in math, I know some of the classes are studying Nova Math, some of the classes are studying Go Math. I don't see how this is beneficial in a time where all the children were affected behind in math. I would like to have one curriculum throughout the entire school, because now, for example, my second grade child is having the Innova Math curriculum. My fifth grade child is studying Go Math. If this same child transitioned from one program to the other, we're already doing them a disfavor for a child that was already behind in math. So there's so many room for improvement, because we're not dealing with the normal K through 8 that we just, zooming through the years. There is a lot of things to be done for this generation that lost a couple of very vital years of their lives.
The last question is, what do you think about the changes to the curriculum, and in particular the addition of controversial topics to the sexual education curriculum?
I personally don't support anything that involves anything sexual in our school system, and not to be misunderstood for hate or discrimination. If I always say it the same exact way, as adults, we are free to do whatever we please in life. But as children, it's our job as parents and school to protect these children. These are not the subjects that we should be introducing to them right now. Like I said, these are kids that are behind on math and on reading and on writing. There's so much for us to handle, to be going blind to everything that they're struggling with and open a whole new subject that the average parent in Millstone is not in agreement with. And I am very much against it. I don't support any of that.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to the people of Millstone?
I am kindly asking for your vote this year, because we have so much to work on between parents and school, and everybody needs to work in the favor of our children. They deserve the best. They do deserve the good education. They deserve to have the parents say in what they are learning and what they're being exposed to. As a conservative person, I don't believe any of that sex education curriculum or something like the transgender policy should be in the school. I don't believe that anyone has the right to protect my child from me. I don't believe that the law can have the capacity to hide my child's identity in the school if I disagree with it. I cannot be at home raising a girl that goes to school and decides she's a boy, and the school completely keeps me in the blind for any of that by executive orders from our governor. So I would like to be part of the board and part of the board and the committee to be standing up for such things that are being passed down to us left and right. It's an ongoing battle that I'm willing to take on for our town, for our kids. Thank you.
Thank you. That sounds great. Remember, everything here at Millstone Township News is free. If you would like to make a donation, the link will be in the description below. Thank you so much for your time, and best of luck to you.
Thank you.